That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. It's one of those days. We're having a lot of things going on here, but I will tell you this: do not look. A lot of people don't understand. Sometimes we do a lot of things using our lovely friends over at Microsoft. They have an update. If you haven't seen it, always make sure that your computer knows by approval that you're going to update. Usually, an update is anywhere from a quick little update, like maybe a minute to two. This update, if you do it, be prepared for let's see, I started at around, it's like a 40-minute update. So it's a big update, which I'm hoping there's no problems, but every time I've done a big update, I've only done one other. And I think both at the station and where I'm at, we've had problems later on. I go, every setting is different. So here's what I'm going to say right now. We're starting a little late on our show, but we're doing that because it's Microsoft, basically. So you got to be careful. A lot of people don't understand a lot of stuff that we do here at the stations. Thanks to Microsoft. We love them. But again, sometimes we love to hate them. So that's an update for all of you going into the week. Make sure you do it when you have time. And then make sure to watch things just in case, because there's usually bugs along the way. We got Jess Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning. It is such a beautiful day today.
Isn't it, though? I know. A lot of things going on around the world. This, very interesting, big headline. Really dangerous U.S.-China hotline goes unanswered. What does it mean? And then I saw an update how the U.S. is testing I think in essence, it's posted at our KMET page, what's it called? It's basically a missile test. So all these things are going up next level. I'm like, okay, ever since here it is, U.S. test launches unarmed intercontinental ballistic missile. So that's all the top news as of right now, and we'll see what happens. So a lot of questions, but yeah, we also got some stuff that's going to happen later today. We have a really good show. Follow us on Twitter. I'm actually looking at our Twitter account right now, and we tweet and retweet things all the time. I follow KMET. KMET Radio is where it's at, and you can follow it there. They post a lot of stories and also updates on some of our shows. A little bit later today at 10, Marianne Pestana is going to be on for a discussion with Dr. Chris Willard on his book, How We Grow Through What We Go Through, Self-Compassion Practices for Post-Traumatic Growth. So that's going to be an interesting thing, and that, again, you can check it out. And let's see, I don't know if I retweeted it. I'm going to go ahead and retweet it as soon as I can. But follow that, and then all the great shows that are also on all day long, every day, and there you go. All right. So download our app. It's free, KMET 1490 AM. You can also listen in on the TuneIn app. It takes you there if you just go ahead and listen. We have so many ways of listening. We also have Alexa. Alexa loves to be able to stream that to your whole area, and then of course you can listen on the normal way, 98.1 FM and 1490 AM in our listening audience of San Bernardino, Riverside, Palm Springs, and Orange County. All right, Jazz, what's going on in the world?
I've been thinking about this since you mentioned the Super Bowl was coming, yesterday. Who's the halftime show? Who's supposed to be starring in the halftime show?
Oh, that's easy. The halftime person. I don't know. I have not kept up with it, man. I don't even have plans. I usually okay. Years ago, I used to have plans for this. So if anybody has plans, let me know because we're open. I think at least I'm open. I don't know about you. It looks to be Rihanna. Oh yeah, that's right. We kind of announced that. Yeah, it's Rihanna.
Okay, I'm digging. I can't remember what was last year, so hopefully this one will be memorable, at least for me.
Yeah. Super Bowl. Will Rihanna show her butt cheek? That's the question. Will she pull a Janet Jackson? You remember that? I don't know. I don't know.
I actually remember that Super Bowl. That was memorable.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Timberlake. Remember Timberlake? And then everyone's like, ah, and then everyone's like, ah. I remember being I think, yeah, I remember being at a house and there were kids in the room, and I was like, you look around, you're like, I don't know. Yeah, it was embarrassing. I think it was a delayed thing. People didn't understand. And the more they talked about it, they're like, did I thought it was one of those like so I think it was planned, but then they got like heat for it. It was like like those showgirls, they have the little like glitter thing because it wasn't like I don't remember seeing 100%. They say free the nipple, and I go, well, I don't know that she freed it. I thought she had like one of those tassels. A tassel. That's right. That's what I want to say anyway. So there you go. That's the story sticking to it. So Rihanna halftime, which she always gives a really good show. So I think she'll be good. I don't know why they're focusing on the butt cheek thing when it's like, dude, she sings really well. But this is not a guy going, hey, is he going to show butt cheek? I think that'd be weird. Anyway. All right, Jess, what else?
Oh my God. So apparently there is a lot of controversy over this game that was released last week. Or wait, no. Yeah, last week. The Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay, what's the controversy?
Um so I don't keep up with authors, okay?
Okay.
Or people. So I was not aware of the author J.K. Rowling's personal thing. I don't follow her. Apparently she's anti-trans or whatever.
Okay.
So people are like, if you purchase the game or play the game, you're transphobic, hurting the community, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I just want to play a game.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so like someone was streaming on the early days, and people literally went to her stream to yell at her and call her names, and eventually she ended up breaking down crying. But
Okay.
it's just really sad that you have an ultimatum for people. It's either you play the game and I'm gonna harass you, or yeah, no, that's pretty much how it is. It's
Yeah,
just it's really weird.
I get it. So I know you're playing. What do you think?
I'm only like an hour and a half in.
Okay.
Um, there's also all these other things about the game. Apparently, like I was not aware of the what was it Nazi propaganda calling Jews goblins,
Oh,
and,
it says
and like
that. You're
um
like, dude, I just want to have fun. I didn't know I was gonna like have all that. Shoot, you know.
and it's just
Oh.
like and it's just like I I was like, I don't see it that way, but okay. I don't see Jewish people as goblins and like money hungry and all these other things. I'm like, okay, I'm not playing the game out of spite or to hate people. I'm playing it because you know what? I fell in love with the franchise. The actors made me love Harry Potter, not the author. So it's a weird state right now in video game community, all over Twitch and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is absolutely crazy.
Well, look, I don't know what to say. All I know is, have fun, and then, as long as you don't start saying things about, I did see something recently. It was a very interesting thing with Paul Newman. I'd never seen it before. It was like a 3-hour movie, and it was really big at the time because it was about a guy that rescued a lot of Jews from, I think it was Germany, and they took a boat, and then I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the beginning, and I was like, huh. And it was very like simple and very like not like I remember when Spielberg came out with his, that was very like real, and you saw people naked, and this one they talked about the gas chambers, right? So and I was like, oh, but it was very like, how do you say, like it was at a time where I think people didn't know it was a thing, meaning we look at the history now, even though you had some people go Holocaust wasn't a thing, all right, whatever. It did have it. People went into what they thought was like a shower, and then they never came out because they were gas chambers. They died in there, and then they would put them, and they would like, they had ashes out because they would incinerate them. So that was the history of, just how many years ago was that? Seriously. So it was a good movie. It caught, it brought awareness. But I was like, oh, was that a time when like it wasn't very like the people in the U.S. Were very like a horror film then wouldn't be what it is today. Does that make sense? Like a totally different generation. You know what I mean?
No, it does, because like a lot of the horror movies from the past, like that would scare people, like Exorcist. I think that movie's absolutely dumb. But um, yeah, what scares me is like what was it when I was watching Lovecraft Country on HBO,
Yeah.
and I got to see how the black community, like I learned what a green book is, like what places are safe, and then sundown towns and all this other thing. I'm like, that's scarier than any monster.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. And for those wondering about the movie, it's called Exodus. And yeah, it's not gonna lie. Like I see a lot of the same things of like Moses and all that, and him like getting them out of like way back when. But Exodus is actually the name of what they call the boat that gets them out. If that makes any sense. So it's a good movie. Again, it's 3 hours long. But I'm not gonna. I was kind of like, ooh, I was interested. I just didn't have time. There it is, right there. If you want to check it out. I think it was on Tubi. My mom's found a lot of movies on Tubi. Last night we watched Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour, which I will say this. I've had Jane Seymour on the show. We've interviewed her. I got to meet her in person. My favorite movie of all time. If you know the movie, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's really one of those like, you like if you gotta. I don't want to give you stuff, but basically, if you've never seen it, it's a great movie, and he did it right after Superman. And Jane Seymour, who I think they should do like a bring back to theater, and then like bring her, and honestly, just bring her, and it'll be fine. And then yeah. So there you go. Anyway, but there it is, Exodus, Paul Newman. A host of other people I've never seen, but they were big in the day, and very interesting movie. So he played a really good role. I've never seen him in a role like that, but there you go. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Jitters Coffee, a coffee shop that gives a double shot of quality. We offer top shelf coffee at a great price. Brewed hot or cold, you won't find a better cup of joe. Not a coffee connoisseur? Then try our Red Bull infusions to energize your day. We also have delicious pastries and sweets baked in-house or flown in from the best bakeries in the country. Jitters Coffee. Come on in and enjoy your jitters.
Check out our newest location located in downtown Banning at the corner of Ramsey and San Gorgonio.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff and spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorolocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I will say this. I completely didn't because I don't really do Valentine's, right? But I know people that do. And I don't know if I could bring this up, a dish. It looks amazing, Jess. It's one of those dishes that I go, oh my God, how can I make that? And I didn't realize Super Bowl and Valentine's is right on the same week. So I wonder if guys are going to remember that. You know what I mean? Are they going to be like, oh, that's your Valentine gift, the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? With I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Every guy remembers. You know what? Tuesday is Valentine's Day, right? Is it Tuesday? God, let it be Tuesday.
I think it is, right? It's the 14th, right?
I'm confident. I know it's Tuesday.
Yeah. But look at this. Look at this. Look at how amazing this is. This dish, right? And I saw it at our friends at ABC, and I was like, how can I make that a possibility? Because that. I need that in my life, right? And I'm pretty sure if you made that for your, whoever is the special person in your life, I'm pretty sure they would be happy about that. Don't you think? Look at that. Oh.
That looks absolutely amazing. I have no idea what it is.
Got it. Okay, so I tried to show it to you on the feed.
No, I see it.
Oh, got it. Okay, all right. I was like,
I know what it is.
Right? It's just it says here, in looking for a restaurant worthy this week, especially if you want to make it at home, there's a husband-wife chef duo in New York at an Italian hotspot, Don Angie. The pair have been together for 11 years and cooking side by side for the majority of their culinary careers. They say cooking is an expression of love. They're such a good couple. I'm going to bring this up because if this is like your life with the person in your life, then this person is a keeper. You know what I mean? Here's what I will say. If there's a situation and they go missing and you both celebrate Valentine's Day, I will say this. They're seeing someone else. Okay, just so you know, you know what I mean? Unless they're your mate. And even then, I would say, because there's sometimes that special woman in the life where they get a little jewelry or something and they go missing. So there's the couple. They are a happy couple, you could tell. Her name, Angie Rito and Scott Taccinelli, which I guarantee they're going to marry. Angie and Scott, who share love of Italian food, said their ideal, a special day includes a trip to one of their favorite red sauce joints. They said, we truly share our love for this style of food because it's very nostalgic for us, having both grown up in Italian American families. Our grandmothers and mothers showed their love for us through the love they put into preparing for our food. It's about taking time out of a busy day to put care into creating something special for someone else. Their tip, and it's a pro tip for couples, is cooking at home. Just keep it simple. They said, try not to get in over your head with recipes that are complicated. The simplest recipes are the best ones. Now, I'm not going to lie. That particular dish probably looks the best, right? But they have it. Here it is. Oh, it's called Scott and Angie's Lasagna for Two. Okay, I'm going to bring up the picture again because, again, if you're not following us, please follow us because this right here, I'm going to give you the special that this couple figured out. Okay, here it is. You ready? Write this down, okay, Jess? This will make a happy, anyone in your life, okay, especially your mom. All right, you lay out a pasta sheet on a clean countertop, okay? You got that in your head, Jess?
Mm-hmm, I gotcha.
Okay, then you spread a thin layer of besciamella. I have no idea what that is. Evenly across the pasta sheet. Sprinkle Parmesan and mozzarella over the besciamella.
Wait. Spell that for me, please.
Besciamella. I think you buy it, to be honest, and then you just like, I think it's the soft stuff. It says place another sheet of pasta on top. Spread a layer of I never know that word, bolognese, evenly across the second pasta sheet, leaving one edge uncovered with sauce in order to seal the roll closed. Now you roll the layered pasta into a log, right? Like a little I don't know how to explain it, but like a little log. I don't know, yeah. Seal the seam with bechamel. Place in the refrigerator to cool. When cool, slice the lasagna log into pinwheels. I don't know about pinwheels. They look like little, I don't know how to explain it. What does that look like, Jess? Like those little things. What would you call them? Not pinwheels, but little rolled.
So
delicious.
I think it's called bechamel.
Sure.
Maybe. So my best guess on trying to simplify this is I would say it looks like a cinnamon roll lasagna.
Oh, that's the best way to say it. Oh my god, I want now like cinnamon. Okay. It says ladle the tomato sauce into a casserole to cover the entire bottom of the dish. Lay lasagna pinwheels into the casserole until the dish is full. Add dollops of robiola cheese in between the pinwheels. What's a dollop? I don't even know what dollop is. Seriously, people.
It's a dollop. It's a dollop. Dollop.
You know what a dollop? Dude, you know how to cook, man. I think we need to
I know you're kind of you're saying a lot of these words wrong.
No, it's the way it's spelled. D-O-L-L-O-P-S. How do you say that?
Wait, spell it again.
D-O-L-L-O-P-S.
D-O-O-L.
No, D-O-L-L-O-P-S. Dollops.
Dolps?
No, see, you got it wrong. D-O-L-L-O-P-S.
Yeah, dollops.
That's what I said.
I don't know.
Of robiola cheese. Or R-O-B-I-O-L-A. I don't know, people. I don't know. Bake in a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes, right? Or until the pasta edges are golden brown. Oh. And then you top it. Look at that little wine next to it. Oh, I want it right now. Top with chopped parsley served. You know what? We don't. There's a couple of times. You know what? Oh, I'm gonna go to the palace. Okay, I'm gonna have my stuff there. Anyway, there it is. If you want to get just the stuff, here it is. Cooked and cooled pasta sheets. Oh, that's all they have to say. Oh, bechamel. B-E-S-C-I-A mella. M-E-L-L-A. They have a recipe if you want to make it like mozzarella shredded. Parmesan grated. Yes. Bolognese. That's how you say it, right? B-O-L-O-G-N-E-S-E. Bolognese.
Yes, that's how I say it anyway.
I get it mixed up with bologna, so I always get that wrong. Tomato sauce, robiolac cheese, I don't know, R-O-B-I-O-lac. I've learned how to people. Cheese and chopped parsley. Oh, I'm telling you, you know what? That will impress anyone. I'm pretty sure for a second date. If that's a first date thing, pretty sure you're gonna get a second date out of that. I'm pretty sure they'll be like, okay, fine. I'll go with you again. but then you got to do a combo deal, right? So you're like, dude, I'm not going to be the only one to cook. They're like, okay. Right. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. Looks good, huh? Oh, makes me want to like, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, question, Jess. Wow, was that like, and then they have an appetizer thing with prosciutto and melon with candied hazelnuts. I'm not gonna lie, I like prosciutto, but I don't like the way they did that. And then they have a dessert thing called black cocoa. Well, actually, it's black cuca amaretti cookies. It's spelled here, man. C-O-O-C-A. I don't know who did this, but anyway. But it looks good. It looks good. So I need that in my life. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, Jess, you got something over there for us? But oh man, look at. I guess I have to bring it up again on our social. If you want to invite me and you know, shoot, we can make it together, I'd be happy with that. I got no plans, just so you know. Anyway, Jess, what's going on?
Oh my god, I'm hungry now. So now I got to change the subject. How are you with heights?
Oh, horrible.
So this guy was, I guess, raising charity for an event for, I guess, I don't know what he was doing, but it was for the Super Bowl, but whatever. He climbed a building freehand.
Okay.
Did you see video footage of that? I nearly passed out. I was like, oh my god.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he climbed a building freehand in Phoenix,
Okay.
just like he Spider-Maned his way up.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I oh my god, I think he had a GoPro and he filmed some of it, and I was just like, oh my god,
So what
this is
happened?
nothing. He made it to the top and got arrested, but I was just like, oh my god, one slip and he's done. Because
Oh yeah.
if you're just watching the video, he's just literally like shimming.
I don't know how people do that, and I don't know why they do it when they get arrested. I don't know. Like, do you have a job? Do you like, you know what I mean? Are you, and do you want to be arrested? Like, I get the people. Not that I'm recommending this, but I get the people that like climb up. They have a parachute, and then they like go free. They don't get arrested. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna do something like that, I mean, I don't get the reason for it and the purpose of it, other
That
than
would've-
making news. I just don't get it. If that makes sense.
No, 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 no. You're right, but that would have been cool. Like if he had a parachute, and just like the moment he made it for the top, and he just gunned it for the roof or for like the edge, and just jumps over, hits the parachute, goes out like James Bond.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, I want to hit the parachute. You gotta like make a safe landing. But anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm telling you, food. I'm putting break. Seriously, make a reservation now for your love or for the one that you have special thoughts about, and then make it now before everybody does it last minute. So we'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit. Get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and stay warm today.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience, handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers, with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call their Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
That's right. It's a morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490. Can I just say something real quick? I'm sorry. It's 1490 a.m. People are acting like they're in a relationship when they're not. You know what I mean, Jess? I've had situations. I'm like, I'm busy, and they're like, yeah, but, and I'm like, we're not together. I don't know why you act like we're together. It's not like that. This happened, and I'm telling you, it's like a bunch of people are like, like, dude, chill. It says here, China has dismissed the U.S. House of Representatives resolution condemning Beijing over suspected Chinese spy balloon shot down above U.S. waters as purely political manipulation and hyping up. But they say they didn't take the call because they're not happy with the way the U.S. is handling the situation. With, obviously, the balloon, I think. Right? Is that what they're talking about? So they didn't pick up. They're supposed to pick up. They're like, no, we're not picking up. You know what I mean? It's weird.
So, I got you. So, the beginning of the Chinese balloon thing, we tried to call China and be like, oh, they left us on ring.
Basically, yeah. Like, you know, like when you call someone and it rings, and you're like, no, I'm not going to pick up. I'm mad at you.
Wow. And then they're all like, oh, why are you breaking my stuff? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like, you need to make it right, okay, at Valentine's Day, seriously. China Friday dismissed the U.S. House of Representatives resolution condemning Beijing over a suspected Chinese spy balloon shot down above U.S. waters as purely political manipulation, hyping it up. China is strongly dissatisfied with this and firmly opposes it. I'm telling you, they're acting like a lady. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said to reporters at a daily briefing. Mao said the resolution by the U.S. Congress was purely political manipulation, hyping up. The resolution, which passed unanimously Thursday, condemned China for a brazen violation of U.S. sovereignty and efforts to deceive the international community through false claims about its intelligence collection campaigns. Oh, by the way, they found out that balloon, right, or they called airship, that's what China called it, it's not, had, it had, solar panels, so invest in solar, it works, it keeps it on for days, and that it had some other stuff, but they're still researching, so I don't know, they might let it out, they might not, I don't know. Republicans have criticized the administration for not acting sooner, but evidently that got out, that it's happened during the Trump administration, so they're like, dude, it's a thing. So I don't really know, man. I don't know if they're making a bigger deal than it is. I say recover it, figure it out, and there you go. At least they're doing that, right? And they did it over an area, although some people, especially in Montana, are like, we could have crushed like, cattle. No one was in harm's way. You could have brought it down. And I'm like, wow, poor cattle in your area, seriously. So there you go. But they recovered it in the ocean. So I was like, okay, that's good. I saw stuff on that. So I'm like, all right, at least they recovered it. China insists the object was a civilian weather balloon that had been blown off course, but has not said whom it belonged to or offered other details. At the same time, China's defense ministry, oh man, everybody's in on this, said it refused to call, here it is, from U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. He's the one who's saying, dude, the hotline's down. Following the downing of the balloon because the U.S. had not created the proper atmosphere of dialogue and exchange. You need to buy me chocolate. That's what they're saying in essence, Jess. The U.S. action seriously violated international norms and set a pernicious precedent. Ministry spokesperson, wow, they're going big level with that word. Tan Kafai said in a statement issued late Thursday. Tan said this: given that this irresponsible and seriously wrong approach by the U.S., I'm telling you, they're dating, did not create the proper atmosphere for dialogue and exchanges between the two militaries. China did not accept the U.S. proposal for a phone call between the two defense ministers. Just, they're upset at each other. It's like a breakup happening. China, Tan added, reserves the right to use necessary means to deal with similar situations. Don't pick up the phone, all right? That's what they're saying, Jess. After initially expressing regret over the incident, China's rhetoric has hardened in recent days. That's according to the U.S. As the FBI, see, the guy in the room is the U.S. right now. China's acting like a lady. You gotta act like a man. Right?
I am not going to tell you how to act, but China's acting like a giant baby. That's
Yeah.
all I got to say.
Let's
And
see. Yeah, so China's spoken a lot about stuff in recent days as the FBI, they're researching what's there, are gathering the debris from the side of the waters. They already did it, by the way, off the coast of South Carolina, and they already sent it to the FBI lab, so they're looking at it. They should really send it to the CIA. CIA has everything ready to go for that. They've been spying on everyone for quite some time. Beijing said the U.S. overreacted by shooting it down. The foreign ministry has labeled the action irresponsible and calls U.S. claims that it was spying part of the U.S. side's information warfare against China. I don't know what that means. We're all right. Austin sought on Saturday to discuss the balloon issue with the Chinese counterpart Wei Feng, but was refused, according to the Pentagon. I'm telling you. In the wake of the incident, Secretary of State Anthony Biden, I'm so sorry. He wants to be a Biden. Anthony Blinken canceled the trip to Beijing that some had hoped would stabilize the relations. I'm glad he's not the president. Send the president. Then you can stabilize. Go ahead, Jess.
What did you say that name was?
Huh? Blinken?
You said A. Blinken?
No, Anthony Blinken.
Oh my God, I can do so many bad things with that name. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he blinks a lot. All right, so what? Let's see. Oh yeah, so he didn't go. He was supposed to go. He didn't go. He shouldn't go. He's the Secretary of State, meaning, yo, you're a like, don't do what presidents do. Seriously, step back. So basically, he didn't go. The U.S. has contradicted the version of events according to what China says is it's just a weather thing, saying the imagery of the balloon collected by American U-2 spy planes as it crossed the country showed that it was capable of conducting signals intelligence collection. By the way, they're saying it's collected more than weather. It's collected transmission. So that makes sense because it has multiple antennas and other equipment designed to upload sensitive information solar panels to power them. The U.S. says the balloon was part of a huge aerial surveillance program that targeted more than 40 countries under the direction of the People's Liberation Army. Similar balloons have sailed over 5 continents, according to the administration. A State Department official said the U.S. has confidence that the manufacturer of the balloon has a direct relationship with China's military and is an approved vendor of the Army. The official cited an official PLA procurement portal as evidence. Publicly available records show several Chinese companies have been developing balloons for military use, with some touting their connections with the PLA. Advertising airships bristling with surveillance and communications. Jess, I wonder how long it's going to be before we say, yo, hey, can we have an airship? Can we spy on each other too? Because basically they spy with drones that are like not seen. They go fast, by the way. So there you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love an airship, like an actual like giant boat with that can sail the skies.
Yeah, like anime show, right?
More like, have you ever seen the movie Stardust?
Yeah, I remember that.
So they have sky ships there, like actual ships with giant balloons. So that's what I want.
Yeah, I love that movie, by the way.
I want a sky ship.
Yeah, show it to someone. Yeah. It can effectively deal with threats from low-flying targets, cruise missiles, and sea targets. Evidently, you can shoot it down, so there you go. This is interesting. The Shushao Rubber Research and Design Institute makes the rubber pouches that fill with helium, making balloons lighter than air. They work with the PLA, according to procurement notices, job advertisements, and a now deleted description on their company website. They're like, dude, take it down. The deleted description said is one of only 2 weather balloon makers in China, happens to be in China, and a military rubber products research and production unit. The company is a subsidiary of a state-owned enterprise, the China National Chemical Corp. That sounds fishy. Did not immediately respond to an email requesting comment. Everyone's going dark. The website of the second company, Hunan Aerospace, says it makes balloons that can float kilometers. That's 2 miles high for 21 days at a time. That's a long time. It produces balloons called Elite Scouts, able to hover in place for long periods. That's according to rednet.cn. That's China's version of the internet, a state-backed media outlet in Hunan province. All right, we're out of time, people. Anyway, there it is. They're acting like a lady. Don't act like a lady. Just pick up the phone. Deal with it head on. All right, people. Make it a great day, whatever you do, wherever life is. Let me live it well. All right, I gotta finish this story because I know some of you are like, "What? What just happened?" So again, for those of you joining us, all right, some people are being very like, If you have someone like that, deal with it and then move on. All right, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Not gonna lie, I had a couple people come at me kind of that way, and I'm like, you do understand I'm busy, right? Like I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing script. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. You know, I'm trying to. Like a lot of stuff. So if I don't answer, there's a reason. Like I'm busy. But yeah. So look, this is kind of what's happening here. All right. And as a nation, you want to accept the call. You want to accept it and say, okay. Now the U.S., you could be like a good guy and just say, it's all right. You didn't pick up. I get it. But don't make it a big deal. All right. Don't be that guy. Just be like, all right, fine. You didn't pick up the phone. Let's deal with it. Because you can't keep going back and forth. This is ridiculous. It's stupid. Just deal with it. Okay. So if you're in a relationship and it's like that, A, cut tie, or B, make it work. All right. It's very simple. That easy. But don't neglect. All right. Don't neglect. Just deal with it. So there you go. Yeah. According to this, they've been making these things for, a while. This is interesting. It says here in 2020, the Chinese Academy of Sciences broke ground on an experimental base dedicated to developing high altitude balloons in a remote desert part in Inner Mongolia. Very cold there. That makes sense. Where analysts suspect the balloon shot down in the U.S. took flight. Has it been hovering there the whole time? The Academy has built an airship, Jimu-1. Not that Jimu-1 to the Jimu-2. Capable of flying at an altitude of 7 kilometers. That's 4.3 miles. That's pretty high, according to China.com.cn. A number listed for the Academy's Institute of Optics and Electronics rang unanswered, and an email sent to an address on its website bounced. They're saying, forget it. We don't want them. We don't want them to know. Oh. For the military, the strategic value of these balloons is high. That makes sense. An article in PLA Daily, a newspaper published by the ruling Communist Party's Central... They really got to rename themselves, seriously. Are they going to keep going with communists? They do realize, the world doesn't love, right? That name. They got to rename it. Everybody else renames their stuff. In the future, balloon platforms may become like submarines in the deep sea. Didn't know that. A silent killer that brings terror. That's according to their own thing? Hold up, let me read that again. It says, in the future, balloon platforms may become like submarines in the deep sea, a silent killer that brings terror. That's according to the ruling Communist Party's Central Military Commission? These are... Oh, no wonder they call them airships. They're like, dude, airship. Oh, that's different than what I thought. I thought they were nice little weather balloons. They're not that at all. Balloons have been used in war for centuries, according to this article. The French used balloons to spot enemy troop movement, true, in the late 1700s, as did soldiers during the American Civil War. True. In 1956, Chinese authorities intercepted American spy balloons. They're not the only ones. And displayed remnants at an exhibition in Beijing. See, they learned from it. They go, all right. Accusing the U.S. of violating their airspace. That was in 50s, right? So, let's see. A woman answering a number listed for Hunan Aerospace denied any connection with the spy balloon incident. Their parent company, state-owned China Aerospace Science and Industry Corp. I guarantee they're going to make more. Guaranteed. There's even going to be other countries going like, can I buy one? Which builds missile systems. What? Oh, yeah, it's worth... Okay. Did not immediately respond to a fax and email requesting comment. They still use fax? Who uses fax? You use fax still? Is it reliable? Bet it is. So there you go. Very interesting. I never knew so much about these balloons. I mean, they made it like, oh, it's a thing. They passed over the U.S. before. But now I was sent a little, and I got a credit to the person sending it to me. But I don't know if he wants his name out there. Anyway, he sent me a TikTok about like certain missiles could hover with a balloon. And I thought, this is dumb. It doesn't make sense. That's stupid. Who would do that? Evidently, it's a thing. If you combine balloon with missile, what do you get? Yeah. What? You don't see it. So I think it's funny. Because yesterday we reported that the Pentagon had been looking in the sky because of certain UFOs that they can, which actually move much quicker than a balloon. Yeah, these don't move that quick. It's impossible. I don't even know how they navigate them. How do they navigate? Do they? They don't. Let's go wherever it goes. Let's see that. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, so there you go. There's the story. All I can say is just, going forward. I mean, if we send it back in the 50s, we're still here. They're still here. Just make it work, man. I wonder what this means for the future, though. If you have balloons back up in the air and you how did it say this was their newspaper? I mean, why would they put this stuff out there? Oh, that's right, because they're like, dude, we rule the balloons. Why would you want to be in a balloon that could be shot down? Does that make sense? I don't think it does. Yeah, they said it. In the future, balloon platforms may become like submarines. Imagine that, submarine, deep sea. Silent killer that brings terror. They are silent. Actually, they're very difficult to see. That makes sense. All right, well, there you go. We're basically dead people. No, we're not. We're alive. We'll make it through it. All right, people, have a great week. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Live well. Bye-bye, everyone.